Week 5 was a very special week, and something very special happened. Check it out. This video is pretty much going to be like a vac op-ed testimony, because that's how pleased I am with this product. And let me just cut to the chase. This bad boy right here is a lifesaver. This is the vac op-ed, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm not sure, boot for Achilles Rupture. And this is infamous because you've seen the likes of Kobe Bryant. He wore it after he tore his Achilles. Kevin Durant also wore it after he tore his Achilles. And I was hip to this boot. I actually didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to what boot Kobe and KD wore, but I'm in this amazing Facebook group. And if you have ruptured your Achilles, I highly recommend following this or joining this Facebook group. It is amazing. Tips, suggestions, if you just want to vent, all the information in the world. If you need inspiration, this group is amazing. But over and over again, I kept seeing people in the group with the boot. I kept seeing people talk about it. So I bit the bullet and I invested $300. That's right, $300. And I got the boot, and it's been a heaven sent. And you know, I did want to talk about it a little bit. I want to talk about the boot a little bit and how to use it. It looks like something RoboCop would wear, right? But it is a million times better than this boot. This is what I was issued from the hospital, and this thing is terrible. And it has wedges, if I can get to it, 1 second. It has wedges on the inside of the boot, and every 2 weeks, you remove a wedge every 2 weeks until eventually, you know, your foot goes from like this to flat. And so it's terrible, painful. I couldn't do anything in it. I hated life in that boot. This boot is the same mechanism, but it's slanted at the bottom of the boot. You can see it there with the wedge. And you can remove this wedge once you get to that point and put a different wedge on. But as you can see, it's the same mechanism, but it's at the bottom of the boot, so it doesn't hurt your foot on the inside. It's a lot more comfortable. But I just want to tell you how to use this bad boy. So what you want to do is you want to get your liner and you want to shake it, because it has a bunch of like tiny little balls in the bottom of it. And so you want to shake it to make sure all of those balls go down to the bottom. Then you want to put it on your foot, wrap it around your foot nice and tight, you know, strap the Velcro up there. And then you want to place it in the base of the boot. Make sure your foot is all the way to the back. Get it in there lined up nice and tight. And then you take the outer shell of the boot and you place that on top. And once you place that on top and get it lined up, and then you do the straps. Make sure you start with the middle strap that secures it. Do that one. I like to go middle, the strap above that. Then I go down to the lower strap and eventually work my way back up. This is how I like to do it. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, as long as you start with that middle strap to get it secured. After you do that, you want to make sure that your liner is nice and tight in place, and it comes with a pump. And you want to take that pump, put it on the valve, make sure you pull the little valve piece back, put the pump up there and pump it up until it won't pump anymore. And what that does is those little balls that I was telling you about at the bottom of the liner, it kind of spreads them out so it forms to your foot. It forms nice and comfortable around your foot. It feels amazing. But yeah, so once you get that, another thing that I highly recommend is that you get I want to say an even up. Do I have it with me? Do I have it in here? Yes, I do, yes. You want to get an even up. Okay, well I can't remove it right now. You want to get it even up. So you want to take that out and you want to put it around your shoe. First you want to put your shoe on, and then you want to take the even up, take it, put it around your shoe, make sure it fits, put the rubber piece around it. And what this does is helps even up your good foot with the injured foot because it's in the boot and the boot is kind of hot. And once you get that on, you're good to go, ready to rock and roll. And once you get it on, you get to achieve a very special moment like I've been talking about, like this, that I achieved in week 5. Check it out. Yeah, so that moment was very special for me, being able to take some steps. I have had so many setbacks that I'm gonna talk about in my next video. You know, everything can't be inspirational and so positive, I guess. I gotta bring it to you real and give you the ups and downs. And I have definitely had some downs, and I will share, and some setbacks, and I'll share that with you all next week. But to be able to take some steps is one of the few positives that I had, but it's a big one. And I'm thankful for that. But before I go, the last thing I want to say is another positive thing about this boot is in that Facebook group that I spoke to you all about, I made a post about something, I don't know. And a clinical specialist from Vacoped actually responded to my post. He's in the Rupture group. That's another great thing. In the Achilles Rupture group, he hit me up and he was like, hey, I'm gonna email you some information about the boot. No time, I got information. He sent me like spreadsheets of information about the boot. And so I'm looking at the information and I don't really understand everything. This was maybe a couple of days later when I finally got a chance to look at it. And so I shot him an email and I was like, hey, I don't really understand this part of what you sent me. He emailed me back in 2 minutes and he tried to explain it. And I was like, thank you so much for being, for being so responsive, but I still don't get it. He was like, let's set up a Zoom call. They're in the UK. This is a European product. They're in the UK. Set up a Zoom call. We're on a Zoom call in 10 minutes. And he's breaking down, he explains to me everything I need to know and gets me straight with this boot and gets me on my way. You can't beat that customer service. You just can't beat that. And I'm so thankful for him. He told me I can reach out to him anytime. We actually had a good talk. He's pretty cool. The UK seems like a good place to live, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. Did you know they get 5 weeks of vacation a year? 5 weeks on top of holidays. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but I thought that was interesting. But really cool guy, really cool product. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I truly believe that it's worth the investment. And yeah, that's my week 5, pretty much a Vacoped testimonial for anyone that has ruptured their Achilles. I highly recommend this product. But I was able to take my first steps and I got a long way to go, but it feels good to make some progress along the way. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you next week. Peace.